Welcome to another episode of MTRCB Uncut. At kung napapansin nyo, wala tayo sa studio ngayon.
Yes, ang ingay-ingay, ang dami-daming tao, pero napakasaya. Sabi mo kung bakit wala tayo sa studio, Bobby.
Kasi, Jackie, it is the third Family and Child Summit ng MTRCB at dito tayo ngayon sa St. Mary's College, Quezon City.
Yes, of course. Pinag-uusapan family and child, no? Pero ang dami-dami kong nakikitang mga kabataan, mga estudyante, di ba?
At
Mga
hindi lang
guro.
kabataan na to, no? Pati mga magulang.
Yes, nandito
Ang
sila.
dami natin kasama ngayong hapon dito.
And of course, di ba? Yun, empowering the youth through media. Kasi yung focus nga natin ngayon ay ang kabataan.
Yes, ang theme ng MTRCB Family and Child Summit this year is matalinong panunod para sa kabataan.
Yes. And, syempre, yung mga manonood natin no, ng mga pelikula at television ay karamihan ay mga kabataan. Kaya gusto rin natin i-empower ang ating youth.
Kaya bago niyan, i-turn over na natin sa batang-batang miyembro ng MTRCB.
Kita Kids!
Yes! Bobby and Jackie, napaka-special ng araw na ito sa MTRCB Family dahil meron tayong Child and Family Summit Year 3. At dito tayo ngayon sa Quezon City, napakadaming mga kabataan na gustong malaman nila kung ano ba ang kahalagahan ng media para sa kanila. Kaya ngayon, tatanungin natin ang mga kabataan, napakadaming audience. Let's go! Excited na ako para malaman ang kanilang mga saloobin. Let's go! Ito, may mga nagre-register. Guys, ayan o, may camera. Surprise! Okay, lapit tayo dito. Lapit tayo ng konti. Ayan. Oy, sumama na kayo. Anong school tayo galing?
Justice Cecilia Muñoz Palma High School po.
Saan yan?
Payatas.
Uy, ang layo pa. Ba't kayo nandito ngayon sa MTRCB Child and Family Summit? Anong dahilan?
We were advised to attend the third Family and Child Summit for MTRCB para sa matalinong panonood para sa kabataan.
O bakit naman palagay nyo mahalaga? Ba't kayo nagpunta all the way from Payatas? Ano ba ang makukuha nyo? Expectations nyo sa ating seminar?
Bilang grupo, mahalaga po sa amin ang event na ito para po ma-impart po namin sa lesson namin yung mga natutunan po namin para maging matalino yung mga estudyante sa panonood.
So mga teachers kayo. Lahat kayo? Ito naman mga estudyante. So, teachers and students. Natutulungan ba kayo ng MTRCB sa pagpili ng mga shows o mga pelikula pang araw-araw?
Opo.
Talaga sa paanong paraan?
Pwede po yun sa mga palatastos po, for example, pwede niya po tayong mabigyan ng mga doon, gabay ng mga kung paano dapat gawin kapag napapanood yung mga hindi ka nais-nais.
Okay, and as teachers, nagigibang helpful ang MTRCB para sa inyo for the empowerment of your students?
Siyempre naman po, kasi siyempre bago mag-start po yung isang program, may naglalabas po sila, di ba? Ang susunod na programa ay kailangan may gabay na magulang. Siyempre, as a teacher, hindi naman namin sila laging kasama, di ba po ba? So pagdating sa bahay, unang bago mag-start yung isang program, so alam na ng magulang na kailangan nandun sila pag pinanood nila yung isang programa.
Yun, so ayan, ang dami pa nag-register. So I hope you enjoy. Salamat! Okay, thank you. Sige, habang nag-register, guys, stop first. Ito, harap tayo dito, guys. Dito kayo. Nasa television tayo. Let's go. Ayan, anong school natin?
Infant Jesus Academy po.
Okay, saan ba yung Infant Jesus?
Sa Marikina City po.
Okay, ngayon, ako ay taga MTRCB Uncut. Board member ako tulad ng inyong kaibigan na si Eric Balyonga. O, palagay nyo ba importante yung mga ganitong klaseng events para sa inyo?
Importante po siya kasi dito po natin nalalaman kung ano po yung dapat yung pinapanood ng pamilya at saka kung ano yung magandang panoorin para sa mga bata po.
Ganon?
Opo.
So, how helpful it is sa panunood nyo ng TV and movies, ang MTRCB? Paano nakakatulong ito sa inyo?
Nagiging guide po siya kung ano po yung mga dapat at di dapat panoorin po tuwing nanonood po ng mga movies and mga shows sa television po.
Any expectations? Ano yung mga palagay nyo mangyayari ngayong araw na to?
Yung mga matututunan namin yung mga tamang panonood talaga po. Kasi
Okay.
importante talaga yun ngayon. Kasi parang marami talaga ngayon na mas kahit hindi angkop sa age nila yung palabas pinapanood nila.
O yung tinatawag nating age appropriateness, di ba?
Opo.
Yun na nga. Okay, so good luck. Ang dami yung mga parehong uniform dito and maghahanap pa tayo. Thank you, thank you. Grabe, ang daming mangyayari sa araw na to at kitang-kita naman na very busy ang registration committee ito. Ito mga kaopisina ko. Pangalan?
Gloria po, Bismano sa MTRCB.
Okay, hi Gloria. Oh, busy-busy kayo ngayon. Ano ba itong nagaganap sa araw na ito ba tayo may Child Summit?
Ito ay nakakatulong sa mga, especially sa mga kabataan, para po maging aware sa mga ginagawa or ano yung mga ratings na dapat sundan ng mga magulang para din po sa kabutihan natin lahat.
Okay, so kamusta naman ang mga nag-a-attend?
Sa ngayon po, welcome po lahat no sa MTRCB. Sa ngayon, as of this time, meron tayong 447
At
na
madami
nakarehistro.
pa.
At madami pa kaming pa ngayon. Nandito ngayon, presently,
Dumadami na. Okay.
sa St. Mary's College.
Okay, so iba-ibang eskwelahan talaga yung inimbita.
Eskwelahan. Yes, ma'am. Iba-iba po eskwelahan,
Okay,
ma'am.
so para sa Child Summit na to, ito ay para sa kabataan o iba-ibang aspeto?
Iba-iba. Marami po tayong mga guests ngayon na naimbitahan ng MTRCB para po kapag nag-support para sa third summit ng MTRCB.
O teka lang, ito naman isa pa, busy Paul. Ito, anong pangalan mo?
Paul Del Mundo po.
O, ito nga si Paul, itong pinaka-gwapo sa office namin. O, Paul, tingnan mo nga, ano ba, mahalaga ba talaga itong ginagawa natin?
Opo, mahalaga po itong ginagawa natin to aware the students and the public na malaman nila ang kahulugan ng MTRCB.
Okay, sa palagay mo ba na-appreciate na mga kabataan itong mga seminars o itong mga summit na to?
Opo, na-appreciate naman po nila.
At maganda naman ang resulta.
Opo, maganda naman po.
Okay, so ang dami yan, nag-register. So yun na nga, Bobby and Jackie, siguradong successful na tong ating third Child and Family Summit dito sa MTRCB. Napakadaming dumarating at dadami pa. At dito sa lineup, kita-kita, napakadaming guests at mangyayari sa araw na ito. So let's just be excited and we are so happy na madaming pumupunta. We are going to see kung ano mangyayari ngayong araw na to. So back to you, Bobby and Jackie. Madami pa mangyayari. Excited na ako! Go!
Sa ikatlong taon, muling nagdaos ng Family and Child Summit ang MTRCB. Pero this year, ang bida, mga kabataan.
Mula sa iba't ibang schools, dumagsa ang mga kabataan sa auditorium ng St. Mary's College of Quezon City noong November 14, 2015.
Bumida ang young and talented voices sa opening performance with The Voice Kids Season 2.
Sa paghamon mo, sa agos ng ating kasaysayan, uukit ka ng bagong daan. Kung akawit na kayang ko, sa panalangin sa kita ng tulog, sigaw mo sa
it up once again for the Voice Kids Season 2 finalists. Ganyan talaga yung boses ko ng bata ko. Sininok lang. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all over the world, my name is Robby Domingo. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Kamusta?
Pero paano ba ma-empower ang mga kabataan? Yan ang nilalaman ng mensahe ng MTRCB Chairman Eugenio Villarreal.
On behalf of the board members, officers, staff, local regulatory council members, deputies, and other volunteers of the Movie and Television Review and Classification Board, I welcome you all to the 3rd Family and Child Summit, which we have entitled Matalinong Panonood para sa Kabataan. Today's focus will be on our young people, more particularly our teenagers and those approaching teenhood, so to speak, in order to empower them to determine the type of media and entertainment that they see. It has been said that even the zaniest of sitcoms contains values. And we, as their parents, older brothers and sisters, teachers and formators, should be there to help them separate the wheat from the chaff. Our young people, they being the parents of tomorrow, should be enabled not simply to unreflectively accept or condemn what they see. I would like to thank St. Mary's College of Quezon City for allowing us to use their campus for today's summit. On a personal note, I find it poignantly fitting that this event should be held in a place named after a woman quite recently hailed by the National Geographic as the world's most powerful woman, who herself was a recipient of heaven's media. That is, when she received the news that she was to become the mother of the Savior. May we learn from her spirit of reflection, of deliberation, on the way she pondered on all that she had seen and heard, as we do our own process of deliberation as regards the media we experience.
Messages to the youth were also imparted by Brother Armin Luistro, the Secretary of Education.
Alam nyo ba na the population of the Philippines in 2014, if we use 2014 figures, officially is 107 million. And do you know that there are 61 million television sets in the Philippines? That means if the average family size is 5, gawin na lang natin 5. That means every household has an average of around 3 television sets. Hindi ko alam kung nasaan yung mga television sets na yan. Siguro nasa dining room, pag kumakain, nakatingin sa TV, baka may TV room, baka nasa kwarto. I think that is information number 1. And it is a very, very important element in what we will be taking up today and discussing. In terms of penetration, if you are in Metro Manila, as I imagine most of you are from NCR, 92% of households are penetrated by the television set. And in the provinces, it goes to around 70%. Sabi ng mga nagsusurvey, every day, the average number of hours that young and old Filipinos have before the television set is between 4 to 4.5 hours. If you have watched 16 hours of television by the time you reach 18 years old, chances are you have seen at least 200,000 acts of violence. Iba-iba yon. May sampalan, sabunutan, saksakan, murder, and worse. In places like the United States, Europe, you have gunmen entering schools and just shooting at random young innocent victims who are helpless before a gun. When they try to do a background check of the profile of those murderers, many of them appear to be lonesome individuals who spend much of their time alone in front, guess what, of the television set. Where do they learn those acts of violence? If you are 18 years old and you have watched 16,000 hours of television, you would have seen at least 33,000 acts of murder in front of you. I share this because that's the very background of the reality in the Philippines today. It is changing a little bit, but not too fast. For example, I'm sure most of you are also into social media. And if we just look at Facebook, just two, Facebook and Twitter, ano yung ating pwedeng malaman dyan? Kami sa DepEd po, alam namin na hindi maaabot ang kabataan kung sa schools lang. Alam niyo ba, pag i-compare natin, when a child reaches the age of 18, chances are you would have logged how many hours of television? 16,000, 16. If you check how long you have spent in the classroom, by the time you reach 18 years old, hindi po kasama yung K-12, yung hanggang grade 10 pa lang, you would have logged only 12,000 hours inside a classroom. Can you imagine? 12,000 hours in class, pero 16,000 hours in front of a television set. The big question is, who exerts the biggest influence on you? Is it the television or is it school? So, kami po sa DepEd, nung aming isinusulong yung K-12, alam namin na we can do all we want sa schools to give an orientation. But one of the most powerful would be social media kasi wala naman ho kaming pambayad sa television ads. Masyadong mahal ho yun. So, we tracked and opened a Facebook account. Parang sa 2011 ho yata yun, no? I'm happy because when I last checked, we have around 2 million followers now in Facebook. Hindi ko alam kung followers kayo ng Facebook. Pero alam nyo ba na this is very interesting data. Yung followers of Facebook mostly are women and girls. 62%. Hindi ko alam kung mas chismosa sila kaysa lalaki. Pero at least sa Facebook, 62%. Ganon din po sa Twitter. Sa Facebook, 1.2 million followers pala kami. Pero 62% are women, girls. Sa Twitter, we have reached 2 million, more than 2 million followers. Very interesting, the percentage is still the same. 62% are girls. And what is the most followed ng kabataan sa Twitter and Facebook? Hashtag walang pasok. Yan po ang nagba-viral pagka ayaw pag tinatamad ang mga estudyante. But if you compare TV and the engagement with social media, while it is moving and changing, the more consistent influence on people is still television.
Nico De Jesus, the president of Marketing and Opinion Research Society of the Philippines.
MORES is the Marketing Research Society of the Philippines, in case you don't know. We're a group of professionals who are committed to giving good data to decision makers like in business, government, and institutions like the MTRCB. But we're also recognizing that a revolution is going on. Okay? No less than a revolution. Kasi yung data culture natin nagbabago. How we react is about data. The sources of information that I'm about to give to you are coming from very authoritative sources. The Philippine Statistics Authority, Project True of TNS Philippines, The Connected Life, again by TNS Philippines, Kantar Media, and of course the Marketing Opinion Research Society of the Philippines. I'm a statistician from the University of the Philippines, got my economics background from, wala si Bernie Villegas kanina dito, business from AIM, and I'm closely working together with the UP School of Statistics in building and recognizing this new reality which we call data culture. Okay, kung meron akong 2 slides, ito lang ang papakita ko sa inyo. What the Filipino youth needs in a rapidly evolving data culture. I won't talk about movies only or TV only. I want to bring the discussion to a much broader scale because that's what's happening already. From the advertising point of view, kasi pumunta din yung discussion earlier, any industry, media, medium, is also always supported by money, right? So you know, TV started like in the 1920s, 1930s. BBC didn't survive without advertising. So now, television has grown so big because of advertising monies. Same with Hollywood. Now, the monies are shifting slowly and slowly to digital. Worldwide, can you guess how much proportion of ad spend goes to digital? 3 years ago, parang 3%. Okay? Can you imagine that now it's inching towards 15%? Worldwide, it's 25%. Asia Pacific, would you guess, is it higher or lower than 25% of total budget? Higher. Higher. It's around nasa nearly 40%. In fact, Philippines is already the laggard. Okay? So nagugulat sila sa bilis ng technology, no?
Magandang umaga po. I'm Nina Corpus from ABS-CBN.
Hi, magandang umaga. Ako po si Sean Yao from Bloomberg TV.
And we're going to be your moderators for this event.
Talaga naman nag-enjoy ang mga dumalo ng 3rd Family and Child Summit ng MTRCB dito sa St. Mary's College of Quezon City.
Ilang panauhin din ang narinig natin. Rock-rockan with Rock of Ages.
Climax performance mula sa Climax Band. tatlong youth representatives ang nag-share ng mensahe sa iba't ibang mga kabataang dumalo.
We therefore call on all academic institutions to reinforce the thrust of media literacy rooted from UNESCO's Media Information Literacy Framework. We encourage all families to include in their quality time together the communal viewing time where critical discourse be exchanged by family members about the media content being consumed. We appeal to the government to make media and information literacy become a pedagogical approach to good governance where an empowered media content producer and consumer meet. We shall succeed with the Vincentian spirit alive in our hearts.
Kasi sigurado po ako na marami kayong matututunan sa summit na ito. I love you all po. God bless.
ALA promotes positive Filipino values kaya naman kasama namin ang MTRCB in empowering the Filipino youth and family through media.
Muli po ako po si Bianca Umali, magiging isang batang responsableng manonood sa tulong ng gabay ng aking mga magulang. Maraming salamat po and God bless us all.
Jackie, do you know that malaking bahagi ng television and movie viewers ay kabataan? And do you know that the average 18-year-old spends more time watching television than attending school?
Talaga?
Yeah. So, Jackie, tatanong ko sa'yo, how do you guide your children when it comes to watching television?
Akala ko, me as an 18-year-old, hindi pala. Okay, how do I guide? Okay, gusto ko, kung meron silang pinapanood, gusto ko nandun ako para mapaliwanag ko sa kanila in real time. And gusto ko, whatever itinatanong sa akin, gusto ko closest to the truth ang sinasabi ko. Basta kailangan may gabay ng mga magulang. Mas gusto ko manggagaling sa akin ang pagpapaliwanag kesa manggagaling sa mga kaibigan.
Tama. And for tonight's panel discussion, marami tayong mga celebrity guests na mag-host ng panel discussion. So, panoorin natin to.
So si Joss, you mentioned na of course you're doing research and of course Dr. Villegas said na how important it is pala na yung basic communication manggagaling actually siya sa wealth of research bago mo siya i-communicate dun sa mga tao. What have you learned so far? Parang siguro give us an idea of how it's changed for us yung panunood ng mga bata ngayon, habits nila, and maybe how it affects them.
Actually, when we started this research, early 2015, I was informed yung director namin, executive director, Ms. Delia C. Hernandez, she said that, sure ka ba na you want to pursue with this children's television viewing habits? Because children now, marami pong naniniwala na they are more into the internet. Yeah, and I think tama naman po yun, but then yung research namin, it found out that despite the rise of other forms of media, still, Filipino children are very much into TV. Majority of the children, they still prefer to watch television more than the other types of leisure activities, such as the internet or watching videos in the internet or playing video games. So, right now, yung mga bata natin, napakataas pa po ng access nila to television given yung sinabi po kanina na mataas ang bilang ng merong higit sa isang television lamang ang meron sa mga bahay. Meron po tayong halos kalahati ng nung 4,000 bata, sabi nila, meron silang isang television lamang pero mataas po yung bilang na merong more than 3. Actually, may nagsabi po na marami pong nagsabi na meron silang higit sa 5 telebisyon sa isang bahay. So, yun nga pong isang telebisyon, sobrang laki na ng impluensya niya sa isang bata na exposed sa more than 3 hours a day, lalo pa yung 5 telebisyon na may access sila hanggang sa pagtulog nila. And dun po sa 4,000 bata, halos kalahati po nun ang may access hanggang sa pagtulog sapagkat meron siyang TV sa kwarto niya.
Ito po yung challenge po natin ngayon. So, you were saying na we have a lot of information. What do we do with it now? How do we manage siya na hindi lang tayo, yung mawala yung apathy? Kasi pag ganyan yung information, dumadaan lang siya di ba? And you don't care and it doesn't incite any sort of awa or joy or sadness. How do we help the youth of today to find something in all that information, to still feel for that information? So, what guides do we have or siguro in terms of the shows that they should watch to ensure na yung values nandun, yung may pakialam sila sa impormasyon, yung malungkot pa rin sila pag may masamang mangyayari, yung magkaroon sila ng kagustuhan na tumulong sa iba pag may napanood silang hindi maganda. how can we influence or encourage the youth to be in that to go in that direction?
Well, let me give an example. This is not about the youth, but about the adults. And this is one of the success stories of Tambuli. When we started, we told a lot of the advertisers, we would like you to present us, first of all, evidence that your marketing campaign actually resulted in an increase in profit. That's a very important thing, no? You may have values, but if the company is going bankrupt because they're not increasing sales, we won't give them the award.
Quick addition lang dun sa kanina. The thing kasi with the internet po is it makes our youth feel that they are involved by posting a status, by tweeting something, by using a certain hashtag. So, sa sobrang prominente po ng internet ngayon, akala ng mga kabataan, they are being activists by signing up sa mga iba't ibang online campaigns. But actually, when in fact, na-imbento na yung term na slacktivist. Naging slacktivist po ang mga bata. Instead of being proactive, instead of doing something, going out and doing something productive, para ipakita yung raw optimism nila, nakulong sila dun sa four corners ng kanilang laptop, sa four corners ng kanilang tablet.
How can the Department of Education and these respective agencies support homeschoolers? Because in my opinion, homeschooling creates the ideal environment for the conversation between the child and the parent, and as Ms. Salazar said, for the parents to become the deputies of the children, how they take in media. So how can these agencies support homeschooling?
Medyo konting correction lang about saying na perfect ang homeschooling. Actually, as a communicator, I believe na wala talagang absolute solution to anything.
Welcome back dito sa third Family and Child Summit ng MTRCB Uncut.
Yes, dito tayo sa St. Mary's College in Quezon City.
At nung kanina ay umaatikabong question and answer sa parent discussion.
Yeah, napakaganda talaga yung mga questions na mga tinatanong ng ating mga kabataan.
Patunay lang yan na ang kabataan talaga ay nakikinig. Pero itong susunod natin parent discussion, siguradong mas exciting to dahil kasama natin puros mga celebrities. Celebrity father and son?
Yes, meron rin mother and son.
Mother and daughter?
Yan. Yan ang makikita nyo sa susunod.
Panoorin natin.
Naalala ko lang nung siguro mga 8 years old, nagbabasketball ako sa park namin sa village. Tapos tinutokso ako ng mga kalaro ko na, di ba yung dad mo yung director ng porno? Sabi sa akin. And at the time, hindi ko maintindihan. Parang sabi ko, director ba ng porno yung dad ko? Hindi naman ata. I don't think so.
That wasn't the first time na you heard the term porno.
No, kasi it was at the height of the censorship battle in the 90s eh. Naalala ko yung my lola was fighting for freedom of expression in the press and media against...
Yung mga characters ba ng ST or TF or whatever.
Yes.
Lala ko yun.
So that was going on and kinukwento naman sa akin sa bahay ng mom ko and ng dad ko na itong maririnig nyo from other people, itong sasabihin nila about our work in film. Pero ito talaga nangyayari and we're telling a story.
Pine-prepare na kayo noon beforehand.
Yes.
Pag baka ito magiging reception ng mga tao, this might come up as a question, gano'n.
Yeah.
This is, perhaps you want to talk to us about how to deal with it.
Yeah, and that's what they taught us early on. If you're an artist or if you're creating something, you have the right to express.
There's so much media that's out there kasi right now, Ginger, no? Na we ingest a lot of media and then sometimes children are overwhelmed at that age. How do parents deal with it? And this is prompted also with the fact that some children, they don't ask questions kasi about what they ingest. Parang tumatanggap na lang sila and it's in their nature minsan not to ask. So how do parents deal with that particular situation? Are children encouraged to ask questions in about things that they don't understand. Because there really is. I mean, ako, I turn the TV on sometimes, there are things that I don't understand. But this
Growing up, panonood ako ng TV, talagang siguro my parents didn't know also, no? So I think that this is a great discussion to have. Kasi at that time, parang kung hindi maganda yun sa TV, Jeans, close your eyes ha, gaganon lang yun. Tapos titingin lang ako, tapos
Pero pag ganun yung close,
kung
diba?
kung may konting kissing scene, ganon. So hanggang ngayon, medyo may edad na ako. Hanggang ngayon, nag-close ang eyes pa rin ako kasi medyo nasanay.
Ganyan ko yung pinakalaki.
Oo, so parang naging awkward, di ba? Parang nagkaroon ka na ng boyfriend pero nag-close ka pa rin ng eyes mo pag may scene sa TV. So I think kung nagkaroon ng ganitong klaseng discussion nung bata pa ako, then how much better
Exactly.
things should be talked about. Okay.
Ba't di pwedeng panuurin, di ba? Kasi lalo ngayon, parang they're so, curious.
Pero
diba?
alam mo, dati kasi for almost the entire OK Cafe Rico series, ako ang writer nun eh. One day, yun talaga napaka-wholesome show yun. Okay? One day, may nakasalubong akong babae sa supermarket. Sabi sa akin, ano mo, Bibet? Bigyan mo naman ng girlfriend si Enteng Cabezote. Sabi ko, may asawa siya eh. Paano siya magkakaroon ng girlfriend?
Magandang punto yun. May asawa
Sabi
na
ko,
siya.
may asawa siya. Hindi, kasi parang dehadong-dehado naman siya. Ang babae yan nagsabi sa akin yun, ha? Ang biyenan niya, engkantada. Palagi siyang napapanood. Kailangan namang malamangan niya yung asawa niya. And nagulat ako because I was wondering if that meant a shift in community standards.
Or values that are...
Sila na nagsasabi, lagyan ko raw ng boyfriend, ng
Kabit
girlfriend
si Enteng.
si Enteng. So nagulat ako na mayroong ganong view yung ibang mga audience. But I'm going to bring in a topic kasi just recently we approved Spectre, the James Bond movie, as a PG movie. Merong nag-text sa akin na magulang at sinabi sa akin na na-offend daw siya.
Dahil sa rating po.
Yeah, so she asked me, why did you rate Spectre PG movie? So I said, in a series of texts, I said, well, the first review committee gave it an R13. And then a second review committee of 5 gave it PG. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, why? Sabi ko, among other things we took into consideration, yung alam na ng lahat ng tao, yung iconic na kasi yung James Bond. Sabi niya, so ba't niyo ginawa? Sabi ko, kasi ako as a parent, even if a movie is PG, but I know advanced material about that movie, hindi ibig sabihin no, nadadalhin ko yung anak ko. Titingnan ko as parent, yung klase ng anak na meron ako, kung meron na siyang maturity, for instance, na maipasok sa James Bond. Kasi I will not take any other agency's decision tungkol sa pwedeng panoorin at hindi pwedeng panoorin ng aking anak because I think that's really a matter of the parents to decide.
There's the parents' rating
Because
system
really,
also.
ang pinakamagaling na MTLCB, yung magulang.
Kasi as a parent, I have so many friends na may mga anak na din, ganyan. May mga bagay na hindi ko ma-discuss with them kasi iba-iba talaga tayo ng pananaw. Kahit kami bilang mga magulang, iba-iba, as in literal iba-iba. So, minsan nagiging point of discussion yun pag kunyari magkakasama kami, magkakaibigan. Uy, yung anak mo ganyan, uy, anak ko ganyan. So, parang, ayoko hindi. Kasi kasi active din ako sa school nung son ko. So, palagi akong with parents. So, ang daming mga kuro-kuro, ang daming theories na nag-share ng iba. Minsan, to the point of nagkaka-conflict na dahil sa discussion. Mahirap talaga kasi bilang magulang, kahit ito yung gusto mong ito yung pinapaintindi mo sa anak mo, ito yung sinasabi mong ito yung tama. Tapos, kunyari ako, pinapabayaan ko silang i-explain ko. Kunyari, itong scenario ganito. I-explain ko. Siyempre, once na nakawala na yan mga yan sa akin, sa school, iba naman. Kasi siyempre, kausap ang mga kaklase. Nagaling din sa iba-ibang pamilya, iba-ibang paniniwala. So, siyempre, may magulo yun para sa isang bata.
Pero feeling ko, responsibility ko sa anak ko kung ano yung pwede niyang paniwalaan at hindi. So, ini-explain ko talaga yun na sinasabi ko sa kanya na, syempre, when you're out there and I'm not always with you, you will hear so many things na taliwas sa mga sinasabi ko. So, ang hirap bilang magulang kasi gusto mong maging maayos yung anak mo, pero yung forces around him, kabaliktaran. So, I guess, bilang magulang, talagang you have to see to it na yung values ng anak mo, yung bang tight. Kasi pag alam mong na-explain mo sa kanya na mabuti at na ipapakita mo kung ano yung sinin nga, sabi nga ni Tita Bebeth, diba? Kung baga bilang magulang, you have to practice what you preach. So pag nakikita naman siguro ng mga anak ko na, ito yung sinasabi ni Mama at nakikita ko yun naman yung ginagawa niya. At ito yung tama at ito yung mali. Feeling ko, in that way, pag sa kanya, nagawa niya yun, magiging okay siya. Yun lang yung gusto kong i-point out din sa ibang magulang kasi marami talagang close-minded na mga magulang, na yung mga conservative nga. Kaso, yun nga sinasabi ko, sana maging open kayo kahit papano kasi iba na yung panahon ngayon eh.
If there's one thing na gusto nyo, if you want people to take away from yung discussion natin ngayong hapon, ano po yun?
Ako, like, sino ba, ikaw yata nagsabi nun ate, diba? Yung communication din talaga. Like, syempre, ibang-iba na talaga yung panahon ngayon sa panahon noon. Like, kanina yung sa pinag-uusapan nga kanina yung about sa paano mo i-explain sa mga anak mo yung artistic value pagdating sa mga movies. Ako kasi may time na si mommy, marami siya mga ginawa ng mga movies, ng mga drama. And medyo may mga roles siya na kinakailangan na grabe yung ginagawa or medyo sensual or ganon. Nung bata ako, hindi niya in-explain. So, nagagalit ako sa kanya every time napapanood ko siya. Tapos, nung lumaki na ako, doon niya na-explain. Tapos sabi ko, yun lang pala yun eh. Oo, pero parang ngayon, looking back, yun yung parang ginagawa ko ngayon sa mga anak ko. Kasi minsan may napapanood sila na, di mo as much as you'd like to filter everything, like what Ginger nga said, they cannot live inside a bubble. Kailangan din nilang ma-expose. But I believe na if may proper communication between the child and the parents, lahat naman ng bagay, mapag-usapan and mababalik mo pa rin siya dun sa values na talagang pinapahalagahan ninyo.
Sa mga kabataan na nandito, kasi syempre, we really always try to bridge the generation gap kasi malayo talaga yung sa panahon ko at sa panahon ninyo ngayon. Bilang mga bata at bilang mga anak, kasi di ba, I'm sure kayo na-judge kayo ng mga parents nyo kasi hindi nila naiintindihan kung ano yung mga alam nyo ngayon, ano yung uso ngayon, ano yung mga nasa isip nyo kasi conservative sila. Tapos ngayon tayo medyo hindi naman sa hindi conservative pero mas open-minded tayo. Bilang mga bata, mag-effort din kayo na makipag-communicate sa parents nyo na mapaintindi nyo rin sa kanila na hindi naman kami masama porque ito yung alam namin o porque ito yung mga gusto namin, ito yung trip namin, hindi kami masama. You know, maraming paraan paano nyo ma-explain yun sa mga magulang nyo para maintindihan nila kasi minsan may mga magulang talagang sarado ang isip. Pero bilang anak, mag-effort din kayo na mapaintindi nyo sa kanila kasi wala naman ibang makakapagpaintindi nun sa kanila kundi kayo bilang anak. Para hindi kayo nagkakaroon ng away o ng mga diskusyon, maganda yun na maintindihan nila. Kasi may mga parents talaga na hindi rin nagtatanong, nagja-judge lang. Kasi, ako magulang, mas alam ko to. Ikaw, anak lang kita, so wala kang karapatan mag-reason. Pwede naman eh. Basta gawin niyo lang sa maayos na paraan. Mapaintindi nyo. Kasi syempre, sa mga pinanggalingan namin, walang technology nung araw. So yung ngayon, may ibang hindi makakomprehend o hindi nila ma-process dahil hindi namin pinanggalingan yun. So kayo, make an effort din to explain to your parents na, ganito lang yun, walang masama doon. Kasi ito yung, pero basta lang, makikita naman nila na ginagawa niyo yung tama. Paintindi nyo rin, mag-effort din kayo. Malaking bagay din kasi na wag din kayo mag-expect sa kanila na mag-grasp nila agad yung kung ano yung kayo ngayon. Kasi malaki talaga yung pagkakaiba. So yun lang, maging open din tayo. Turuan din natin yung mga magulang natin kasi hindi naman din porke magulang kami, tama kami lagi. Although we want to be always correct. But gawan nyo rin ng paraan bilang mga anak.
For me personally, ang concept of right and wrong ko hindi nanggaling sa pelikula eh. It's from my role models who were my parents. Kung may napanood ako sa film or TV, and ako nag-video games ako na may barilan sa video games. Hindi ko naman gustong bumaril ng tao, you know. And my concept of right and wrong comes from my parents. And I guess as parents, we should all remember that. And ang buhay naman kasi, don't ever, ayun nga, I mean, ang motto ko sa buhay is don't be afraid to try and to fail. And ganun din if you're a parent, don't be afraid to fail as a parent kasi you will make mistakes also. And as a kid, you will also make mistakes. So if you live your life na takot kayo and you're not making choices, that's not life. So, yun lang.
I know the parents of these children, and to hear them speak like this tells me na our generation, we didn't exactly fail. We didn't do everything correctly, but ito ang aming pruweba. So, kayong mga magulang na nandyan, magkakaroon din kayo ng pruwebang ganito someday.
On that note, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to our talk and for attending the open forum. Maraming salamat. I hope you learned as much as I did. Thank you.
Poging little boy. Kilala niyo ba siya? Balita ko, ayan na siya. Hello! Don't secure, don't do the four. Sitting hands and you walk to your door. Don't bring it up to cover up. Leading the way in your nose. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Good afternoon!
Hello po!
Hello po!
Katakala, more pala, more! One more!
Okay.
Okay naman. Paano concert mo, ha? Treasure? Yeah. Sige, tell them, you sing one more.
I'll sing one more, Treasure.
Okay. Kaya ba niyan, anak? Sige, galingan mo, anak, ha?
Give me on, baby, baby. I'm going to tell you some of yourself, You're wonderful, violent, mystic lady, But you walk around here, you want to be someone else. Whoa, I'm going to annoying, but you're fast, so fast, so fast. Whoa, I'm going to annoying, and you're mad, oh man, oh man.
Maloli, tapos na.
Oo nga, kids.
Ang haba ng araw, pero enjoy na enjoy tayo.
Mabilis ang oras, kids. Baka hindi ko nasabi kanina, salamat sa mga presenters ulit, moderators, performers, at lahat-lahat na gumawa ng success
Oh
ng
yes,
programa.
salamat. And of
Okay.
course, yung ilalagay nila dito bago sila umalis.
Ito po, yung post-it na nasa inyong mga kit, pakilagay lang dito ang inyong act of commitment. Isulat po ninyo ang pwedeng magawa ng bawat isa para po sa kaunlaran ng ating media, ang ating movies, entertainment industry.
At dyan po nagtatapos ang special episode ng MTRCB Angkat, ang third Family Child Summit namin.
Congratulations, Chairman Toto Villarreal, for this success. And salamat sa lahat ng bumuo ng committee.
Yes,
no, of
the
course,
committee.
this was chaired by BMs Maloli Supnet and Keats Musni. And of course, lahat ng mga miyembro nila, congratulations.
And also, we would like to thank our media partners who attended today's event.
Yes, syempre, yung mga masisipag na staff ng MTRCB, maraming salamat po.
And also schools who attended today's event, St. Mary's College,
UPLB,
Adamson,
De La Salle Dasmariñas,
Faith College,
STI Cubao,
Batangas State University,
Faith Batangas,
Infant Jesus Academy, Marikina,
UST,
and of course, alma mater ni Jackie, Miriam College.
na dating Mary Noel. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga estudyante na dumalo dito sa St. Mary's College para sa aming third Family and Child Summit.
And of course, also to all our celebrity guests.
Yes, maraming salamat. Of course, we have to remember, no, empowering the youth through media. And can I just say, no, ako, syempre ngayon, yung mga kabataan ngayon, syempre, madaming nanonood ng mga pelikula, madami rin nanonood ng mga telebisyon materials, and of course, yung social media, talagang they're very into it. Gusto ko lang sabihin, no, para sa atin lahat, let's be more responsible. Kasi, syempre, ang lahat ng tao may dignidad, kailangan respetuhin natin ang isa't isa. So, kung hindi naman ito nakakabuti or nakakadulot ng kagandahan, wag na natin i-share sa iba. Diba? Let's take care of our media.
Yes, Jackie. Tandaan nyo, empowerment of the youth through media.
Yes.
See you again next week dito sa
MTRCB Uncut.